Hi friends, this is Karen. Today I'm sharing a quick and easy project that you can complete using Bible journaling pages. I just recently finished this page right here in Psalm 18, and I'm sure just like me, as you are Bible journaling, you are often spending that time in prayer and thinking about the verses and the scripture that you were reading. And that was really the case for this particular scripture passage. I was thinking about a friend who was recently diagnosed with cancer, and I was thinking about her, and I came across these verses, and I just thought it was something I could really use to focus my prayer time to pray for her. And one of the verses in particular says that He equips me with strength for the battle. And I really grabbed onto that, and I wanted this person to know that I was thinking about her and praying for her. And after I finished the page, I wanted to make a card, and I thought, well, why don't I just make a copy of this? And so that's what I did. I just scanned it into my computer, and if you don't have a scanner, you could also take a photograph. I think if you took a nice crisp photograph, that it would copy very well. You could actually print out the photo if you wanted, but I put the image that I scanned, which I made into a JPEG or a photo image, into my computer, and I just copied a few copies that way. Now that is easy because you can make it any size you want. You can choose the paper you want it on. I just used a real nice quality cardstock, and I feel like I got a really nice image. A couple of the things you might be wondering about: these arrows, which I think are awesome for this verse. They're kind of spear-like in their quality. They are on SRM's Walk by Faith set. It's an older set, but this is the arrow, or I like to call it a spear because I think it looks more like a spear on the bottom of that set. And I thought it was just perfect for that. Some of this is my hand lettering, and then I had also used some stickers as I drew this verse. And I wanted to show this kind of uphill battle, and it could be anything. It could be like my friend who is facing cancer, but it could be any uphill battle that you or friends might be going through. And I wanted to have this little person with a little light, and the idea that God is providing the way. He may not show you the whole entire way, but He shows you that little bit. And part of the verse 2 talks about securing your steps, and it's just a great psalm if you are so moved to go to that one. So what I did then is just I printed those, a couple of copies out, and very simply I cut out some cardstock that kind of brought in some of that purple coloring, and I'm just gonna layer it. And I think a really nice card will have multiple layers. And my general rule is, if I have something light, then I like to put a darker color behind it. If I have something dark, then I'll put a light color immediately behind it, and then another color that coordinates with some of the colors inside. And I pre-cut these already just for ease for this video, but you can really make it any size that you want. The base of my card is simply cardstock, roughly 5 by 7. I might have trimmed a little bit just to fit the picture here. But that will be simply my card right there. And then on the inside, I think I'm going to do a little stamping. I found on, again, an older set. This one is Child of God, and the sentiment in the middle is praying for you today. Now that was originally all one long piece, and I snipped mine in half to get it so that I could put it in a smaller area, and I'm going to stamp that on the inside of my card. The ink that I'm using is a black StazOn ink, and I've just found that for me that gives me a pretty consistent, nice stamp, clean stamp, nice and dark. And also if I want to, add some watercolor or color on top of that later, I can do that without causing any running. Speaking of coloring, I also wanted to share in my Bible page, the colors maybe a little bit brighter than it turned out in my copy, but this was really easy to color in. I used the Color In watercolor twists, and if you have not used these before, it's kind of like a watercolor pencil, almost a cross between a pencil and a crayon, because it can go on really, really nice, and then when you add that water, it blends well, but it also kind of emphasizes that color. And just so happens this page next to it, I also had used the watercolor twist here, and you can see you can really intensify that color. So that is my project to share with you today. Use that Bible journaling that you do. Look through your pages and see if any of these would be great for a card, and it's a really easy way, inexpensive way to make a card and let a friend know that you are spending some time in prayer with them. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a blessed day.